Chapter 221 The Mad Dragon God of War, after all, did not escape Yi Feng's destruction. I thought the one-armed swordsman was already very scary. Who would have thought that the little girl who looked extremely cute was even more terrifying? It is no exaggeration to say that the 5 war gods will probably panic in their hearts when they see that kind of cute little girl on the street in the future. These two guys are really outrageous. How can they be so careless when they let them come over to play? Don't worry, the 5 war gods, I will definitely not let them come to play with you again in the future. Seeing the 5 war gods who were frightened at this time, Yi Feng also hurriedly made a promise. No. However, to Yi Feng's surprise, when the 5 war gods heard this, they shouted in unison. Young Master Yi! If possible, let them come and play with us. Although the process was brutal, our 5 great war gods benefited a lot from it. Seeing Yi Feng's puzzled look, the Purple Arrow War God also hurriedly explained. Pain and happiness, if possible, let the storm come more violently? Seeing the expectation of the 5 war gods at this time, Yi Feng was also shocked. After a moment, when Bai Lei began to paint with the Thunder Stick God of War as the target, Yi Feng also checked today's wasteful products. Today's wasteful products, Dragon Whip * 10,000, all are Ascension Realm Dragon Clan monsters, Dragon Whip, things that cannot be described in detail, the most reasonable way to use it is to soak in wine. Dragon Whip wine has certain benefits for any living creature, and it has great benefits for physical cultivation. After checking today's wasteful products, Yi Feng was stunned. 10,000 Dragon Whips. How the hell is this wasteful? You definitely can't soak in wine, you have to think of a way to waste it. Thinking of this, Yi Feng's eyes went straight to the Mad Dragon God of War not far away. Since the effect of Dragon Whip wine is more significant for physical cultivation, maybe the Mad Dragon God of War knows something. Old Arrow. Why do I feel that there is something wrong with the way young Master Yi looks at me? The Mad Dragon God of War not far away also looked at the Purple Arrow God of War beside him with a little uneasiness and asked. Maybe young Master Yi is going to start spending money again. Old Dragon, for the sake of our friendship over the years, don't say I didn't remind you. You should be mentally prepared for this situation. Hearing the Purple Arrow God of War's words, the Mad Dragon God of War stared at the Purple Arrow God of War and said, Then why didn't you let me go for the sake of our friendship over the years? Why did you force me to come here? Mad Dragon God of War, I have something to ask you. I wonder if it's convenient now. At this time, Yi Feng came over and looked directly at the Mad Dragon God of War and asked. Young Master Yi is joking. Ask me anything you want. I will tell you everything I know. Hearing what the Mad Dragon God of War said, Yi Feng asked directly, Mad Dragon God of War, do you know about Dragon Whips? Ha ha ha. Young Master Yi, you've asked the right person. I know a lot about this thing. This Dragon Whip can be used to make wine. No matter whether it is men, women, old or young, drinking this Dragon Whip wine can have the effect of strengthening the body, but it needs to be diluted, otherwise their bodies can't withstand the impact of the power brought by the Dragon Whip wine. And the more powerful the dragon monster, the stronger the power contained in the Dragon Whip, and the more powerful the effect of the Dragon Whip wine. If we drink it, we can absorb the power inside to temper our bodies and make our bodies more terrifying. That's it? After hearing this, Yi Feng's face was also confused. This was different from what he thought in his heart. Shouldn't this thing have some other powerful effects? Ding. Remind the host, the Dragon Whip is different from the whips of other monsters, please don't let your imagination run wild. As if sensing Yi Feng's thoughts at this moment, the system also directly reminded him. Hearing the system's prompt, Yi Feng's face instantly showed a touch of embarrassment. If the system hadn't reminded him, he would have gone to ask the Mad Dragon God of War, which would have been really embarrassing. Mad Dragon God of War, does this Dragon Whip have other uses, besides soaking wine? After a pause, Yifeng looked at the mad dragon god of war and continued to ask. Young Master Yi, the dragon whip is quite special. If it is not used to soak wine, it must be eaten raw, but the taste is really not very good. After hearing this, the mad dragon god of war also continued to explain. What if it is roasted? Yifeng continued to ask unwillingly. What? Roasted? No, absolutely not. Young Master Yi, the dragon whip is too special. It must be raw to retain the power inside. If it is roasted, the power contained in it will be gone. Someone has tried this before, but it should be said that after roasting, the taste of the dragon whip is indeed extremely delicious. Hearing Yifeng's idea, the mad dragon god of war also hurriedly persuaded. It's over. The purple arrow god of war saw Yifeng's excitement at this time, and he knew what Yifeng was going to do. Forget it, no matter how many dragon whips Yi Xiao took out, the one who felt the most distressed was the mad dragon god of war, and it didn't matter to us. Thinking of this, the purple arrow god of war also showed a smile. Boom, however, with a loud bang, when the purple arrow god of war saw Yifeng actually took out the soul-breaking stone of all things that was more than 10 meters high, he was shocked and said, "Damn it, things seem to be far from as simple as I imagined. Purple arrow god of war, hurry up and use this soul-breaking stone to make some soul-breaking arrows. We will use them to string dragon whips. Ba Dao god of war, hurry up and chop some soul-devouring black-green wood. We will use soul-devouring black-green wood to make a fire and roast dragon whips." Yifeng also shouted directly to the purple arrow god of war and the Ba Dao god of war, who were doing nothing. The crazy dragon god of war on the side was already dumbfounded. Soul-breaking arrows string dragon whips? Soul-devouring black-green wood roasting dragon whips? I just said that I couldn't do this, and you started to arrange it? This breath, the dragon whip of the Ascension Realm Dragon Clan Great Demon. When the crazy dragon god of war noticed the breath emanating from the dragon whip that Yifeng took out, his pupils widened and he exclaimed. 10,000 dragon whips, and all of them are from the Dragon Clan monsters in the Ascended Realm. How come Master Yi only has so many good things? Yeah, and roasting dragon whips is fine, but he even has to use spirit-breaking arrows to string them together, and use the spirit-devouring black-green wood to make fire. Master Yi really makes squandering money a daily routine. Stop talking, why do you want me to string them together? I don't even have a dragon whip of this level. It hurts my heart to be pierced by it. Why do you want me to be caught and tortured like this? Can't you be human? Listening to the conversation between several people, the crazy dragon god of war, who was stringing them together, finally couldn't help but get angry. Chapter 222 Qingyan sect comes to visit. By the way, you might feel a little sick if you eat too much. God of war, I have some soul-purifying water here. Please use this soul-purifying water to make some tea. At this time, Yifeng came over with a normal-sized bucket and handed the task of making tea to the god of war. Young master, Yi even has soul-purifying water? Other people's soul-purifying water has to be carefully placed in a bottle protected by a small formation, but young Master Yi's soul-purifying water is just casually placed in an ordinary wooden barrel? Looking at the bucket of soul-purifying water in front of him, the god of war almost cried. If he had obtained this soul-purifying water before he broke through to the Ascension Realm, his strength would definitely be raised to another level. And thinking that such a rare soul-purifying water had to be used to make tea, the god of war was even more uncomfortable. Young Master Yi, can you not use it to make tea? Looking at Yifeng, who was leaving, the god of war summoned up the courage and shouted loudly. Do you also want to use this soul-purifying water to soak your feet and take a bath? I'll leave this bucket for you to soak your feet. After all, there are a lot of people in our sect, and we use it a lot every day to make tea, soak our feet and take a bath. It's really inconvenient to leave too much for you. Yifeng came back and left another bucket of soul-purifying water, then walked towards the rocking chair not far away. Everyone, this is soul-purifying water. I have been wandering in the battlefield of the heavenly Tao for hundreds of years and have accumulated a small bottle the size of a palm. As a result, the people in their sect actually use this soul-purifying water to soak their feet and take a bath every day. I feel even more uncomfortable when I think about it. Collapse, the mentality of the soul god of war was completely broken at this time. The rare soul-purifying water that he had been wanting for hundreds of years was just the bath water used by other sections. Who could withstand such a critical hit? Looking at the soul god of war who collapsed in front of the bucket and the crazy dragon god of war who collapsed on the ground with a dragon whip, the purple arrow god of war and the tyrant sword god of war looked at each other and smiled bitterly. Who told you to come to see Mr. Yi? Isn't it better to stay in your own mansion? Who the hell had to come? Old Soul ran here like an idiot, but I was carried here by you four old bastards. Who the hell did I offend? Hearing what the purple arrow god of war said, the crazy dragon god of war squatting on the ground shouted directly with grievance. The expression on his face was like a little widow who had suffered a lot of grievances. How aggrieved he was. After a while, when all 10,000 dragon whips were strung together and the required soul-devouring black-green wood was ready, the purple arrow god of war came to Yifeng and said, "Young Master Yi, each of these dragon whips is quite heavy, and there are 10,000 of them. We can't finish them even if we eat them to death. I will pack up 1,000 of them and take them away. You can divide the rest among you. Send some to the king, the state master, and others." After hearing what the purple arrow god of war said, Yifeng directly expressed his thoughts. It was getting close to evening. At this time, with the efforts of the four war gods, all 10,000 dragon whips were roasted, and the rich aroma emitted had already made several people drool. And Bai Lei finally completed the third painting at this time. Welcome to visit. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing today's waste product, and reward 1,000 waste points. Ding. Bai Lei completed the third painting. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 10 million waste points and 100 god-level pills that increase cultivation. Hearing the two system prompts that sounded in succession in his mind, Yifeng also smiled and stood up from the rocking chair. My current spendthrift points have reached 320 million. As long as I continue to work hard at spending, I believe I will be able to get 900 million spendthrift points soon. Then I can directly break through to the 9th level of the Cave Void Realm. Bai Lei completed 3 paintings, which not only brought me 30 million spendthrift points, but also 300 god-level pills that increase my cultivation level. I gave 50 to Master, and the remaining 250 are far from enough. This time when I return to the sect, it's time to use the spendthrift points to open the god-level pill jars to obtain a large number of god-level pills that can increase my cultivation level. Thinking of this, Yifeng also laughed. After all, he had only traveled to the Shantian continent for about 3 months. He was very satisfied that he could achieve his current achievements in such a short time. After packing 1,000 dragon whips, Yifeng and Bai Lei activated the space portal and left the purple arrow god of war's courtyard. Alas! Watching Yifeng and Bai Lei leaving, the purple arrow god of war suddenly sighed, and then said, "Young Master Yi is here, and I am scared every day, but now that young Master Yi is gone, I miss him. Fuck. Leave some soul-purifying water for me." After saying that, when the purple arrow god of war saw that the other 4 war gods had already started to fight for the 1.5 buckets of soul-purifying water, he cursed and joined the fight. After returning to the Xinghuan sect, Yifeng left 20 dragon whips for himself, and then gave the remaining 980 roasted dragon whips to Bai Lei, asking him to distribute them to everyone in the sect, and he went back to his residence to rest. When it was late at night, the 5 prodigies appeared at Yifeng's residence. Here are 500 God-level pills that can increase your cultivation. Each of you will take 100 pills. Start taking them from tonight and improve your strength as soon as possible. Here are 5 rings that can hide your own aura. They are special secret treasures. No matter what level you break through to, you can only emit your current cultivation level. You and I know this, and you must not let the 7th person know. Go back. After the 5 geniuses left, Luo Kai, Bai Tianheng, Xia Tianyu, Leng Wufeng, Chu Xiaoxiao, and Bai Lei also came to Yifeng's residence in turn, and all took away 100 God-level pills that increase their cultivation and a ring that can hide their own aura. The inheritance of cultivation that Guzi has obtained has not been absorbed completely, so there is no need to rush to give him the magic pill that increases his cultivation. Okay, now I can finally have a good sleep. The whole sect is moving forward. When the master ascends to the upper realm, she will be moved to death when she sees the surprise I prepared for her. Looking at the heavens and the worlds, there is absolutely no other disciple as good as me. Thinking of this, Yifeng also fell asleep with a smile. The next morning. That is the Xinghuan Peak, where the Xinghuan sect is located. Yan Rong looked at the Xinghuan Peak, not far away, and spoke directly to Lu Tianyu, beside him. Old Yan, let's hurry over. Lu Tianyu also showed a touch of excitement at this time, thinking in his heart, Brother Yi will be very surprised to see my sudden visit. After a moment. Qingyan sect is here to visit. Please forgive me if I disturb you. Seeing a strong man in the sect uniform sweeping the ground outside the sect, Yan Rong also directly introduced himself to the sect and prepared to let the other party report to his own sect master. Chapter 223 2 country bumpkins entered the sect and were stunned. Qingyan sect? What do you want to do in my Xinghuan sect? After hearing what Yan Rong said, Emperor Jinluan stopped his work and looked at him with a little curiosity. We are here to find Yifeng. Hearing the other party's question, Yan Rong also directly explained the purpose of his visit. If he hadn't expected Yifeng, he wouldn't be so polite to such a small sect servant. Are you here to find Yishao? Come with me. Knowing that the two were here to find Yifeng, Emperor Jinluan didn't ask any more questions and took the two to the sect. This is. When the two stepped into the sect, the surrounding scene changed dramatically in an instant. Array. Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu realized that this small sect had actually set up an array outside the sect, and the scenes of the sect they had just seen were all fake. But when the two saw that the entire ground of the sect was covered with top-grade spirit crystals, they were stunned. Old Yan, the ground paved with top-grade spirit crystals is so cool. How about we use top-grade spirit crystals to pave the ground of the sect after we go back? Lu Tianyu, who had recovered from his shock, looked at Yan Rong with anticipation and expressed his thoughts. What? Do you want our Qingyan sect to do the same? You are the second brother of Big A, right? This is the best spiritual crystal. Do you think it is a low-grade spiritual stone? It is no exaggeration to say that the best spiritual crystals in our Qingyan sect may not be as many as the best spiritual crystals used by others to pave the ground. Speaking of this, Yan Rong pointed to the luxurious palace that was more than 20 meters high in the distance, and exclaimed with envy, see, their sect halls are all made of best spiritual crystals. Can you compare with them? Small sect? Now Yan Rong no longer dares to regard Xinghuan sect as a small sect that is unknown to the public. Which small sect can be so arrogant? That's it. At this moment, Yan Rong suddenly noticed the 2 buckets full of water that Emperor Jinluan suddenly picked up, and then looked at Emperor Jinluan with a shocked face and asked, Excuse me, are the buckets in your hands made of soul-devouring black-green wood? You are a person who knows the goods. Yes, these 2 buckets that I usually use to fetch water from the mountain are indeed made of soul-devouring black-green wood. Not only that, the bathtubs and foot basins used by everyone in our sect are also made of soul-devouring black-green wood. By the way, the soul-devouring black-green wood we use is a tree that is 10,000 years old. Hearing Yan Rong's question, Emperor Jinluan also smiled and pretended to be cool. Although these things were rubbish in his eyes, they were top-notch, good things in Xiantian continent. Seeing the other party's shocked look, he felt that this kind of prodigal style of pretending to be cool was so damn cool. You use the 10,000-year-old soul-devouring black-green wood to make soul-devouring pens instead of using it to make buckets, bathtubs, and foot basins? Hearing the answer from the Golden Wheel Emperor, Yan Rong's eyes went dark and he almost fainted from anger. Although he was not a painter, he was an amateur painter. In addition to practicing, he also liked to study the art of painting. He also knew a lot about the many types of spiritual wood needed to make special brushes. Your sect is so extravagant, aren't you afraid that it will be known by other major forces and be robbed? After calming down, Yan Rong asked the Golden Wheel Emperor with a serious face. It seemed like he was asking, but in fact he wanted to test the bottom of the Xinghuan sect. He was more and more curious about this extremely arrogant Xinghuan sect. After all, in this world where the strong prey on the weak, no one is a fool. No one will show off their wealth when they have no ability to protect themselves. Rob the Xinghuan sect? They couldn't even beat a errand boy like me, how could they rob the Xinghuan sect? Do you really think my cultivation level in the Ascension realm is just for show? Hearing Yan Rong's question, the Golden Wheel Emperor also laughed and said his own cultivation level. Hiss. After hearing this, Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu took a breath of cold air. A big man in the Ascension realm could only be a errand boy in this small Xinghuan sect. You know, their Qingyan sect only has 2 ancestors who are powerful people in the Ascension realm, and they are also the pillars of the sect. As a result, the pillar of their own sect is only qualified to be a choice here? I didn't expect it. I really didn't expect that there would be such a terrifying mysterious sect in the territory controlled by the Qiyang kingdom. It seems that it is unlikely to recruit that Yifeng. After knowing the strength of the Golden Wheel Emperor, Yan Rong has silently dispelled his ridiculous idea of recruiting Yifeng. Senior, the 10 arenas in your outer sect training ground are actually made of top-grade spirit crystals? To be honest, I am a little envious of your inner and outer sect disciples. When passing by the outer sect training ground, Yan Rong also said with envy. There's nothing to envy. The outer sect martial arts training ground and the outer sect disciples' living area are basically abandoned. Our sect has a total of 8 inner sect disciples, and 1 inner sect steward, Chu Xiaoxiao. The rest are either elders or cooks. And among these 8 disciples, young Master Yi is the sect master's only direct disciple, and another disciple has become a cook apprentice. If you really count, there are only 6 disciples. There are only 6 disciples in the entire sect. What's going on? Hearing what Emperor Jinluan said, Yan Rong couldn't believe his ears. With so few disciples, it can be called a sect? Senior, how many elders does your sect have? After a pause, Yan Rong looked at Emperor Jinluan and asked. We have 5 elders in our sect. Haha. Hearing this, Yan Rong laughed stupidly with a dull expression. In a sect, the number of elders almost exceeded the number of disciples. You call this a sect? What is that? When the 3 of them passed by the golden hut built with golden silkworm star stone, Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu also exclaimed with unbelievable expressions. Under the sunlight, the dazzling golden hut almost blinded the 2 of them. That's a golden hut built with 100,000 pieces of golden silkworm star shining stones. It was originally a piece of art that young Master Yi was most satisfied with, but it was turned into a hut for surviving the tribulation by a few old guys with abnormal brain circuits. But it should be said that this golden hut can withstand even the 9th heavenly thunder tribulation. You can survive the heavenly thunder tribulation by squatting in it. It's very comfortable. Hearing the exclamations of the two, Emperor Jinluan explained in great detail, like a tour guide. Using golden silkworm star-shining stones to build Huang Jian's hut? Squatting in a pit can survive the heavenly thunder tribulation. After hearing what Emperor Jinluan said, Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu were almost going crazy. They felt that after coming to this sect, they instantly became bumpkins who had never seen the world, and everything here was refreshing their cognition. Chapter 224. Isn't that luxurious palace the main hall of your sect? What should I do? I really want to go in and squat now. I have been stuck in the 8th heavenly thunder tribulation for almost 100 years. I didn't dare to try the last 9th heavenly thunder tribulation. Now an opportunity to break through to the ascending realm is in front of me. How I wish I could be a part of this sect now. After being shocked, Yan Rong looked at the dazzling golden hut not far away, his eyes full of desire. Once. As long as I can squat in it once, it will be fine. Old Yan, since I joined Qingyan sect, you have become my protector and have always been by my side. Don't worry, when I see Brother Yi later, I will try to get you a chance to squat in the toilet, but I can't guarantee whether Brother Yi will agree. After all, my relationship with Brother Yi is limited to a one-time transaction. Hearing Lu Tianyu's words, Yan Rong nodded with a look of relief and said, "Do your best and leave the rest to fate. I am already very touched by your kindness." Jinluan, are you receiving guests? At this moment, a yellow dog lying on a flying sword with its legs crossed flashed past the three people. When Jinluan heard what the yellow dog said, his face instantly turned pale. He shouted at the yellow dog going away, "What are you talking about? Can you talk properly, you sword dog? What the hell? What just flew over? A sword dog lying on a sword?" At this time, Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu felt that their brains were almost not enough, because they just detected a powerful Huangquan sword intent on the demon dog. A demon dog comprehended the Huangquan sword intent. When did demon beasts begin to get involved in the cultivation of the human race? Senior, who was that just now? Yan Rong also looked at the pale-faced Jinluan emperor and asked. A demon dog raised by Yi Xiao. Yi Xiao is going to train this demon dog to be the #1 sword dog on the continent. At present, it has comprehended the Huangquan sword intent of the sword heart realm. Hearing Yan Rong's question, Jinluan Emperor also explained directly. Old Yan, why do I suddenly feel that the core disciples that our Qingyan sect has focused on training are not even as good as dogs? Hearing what Emperor Jinluan said, Lu Tianyu looked at Yan Rong with a wry smile and expressed his thoughts at the moment. Enough, shut up. Leave me alone. Hearing what Lu Tianyu said, Yan Rong also shouted with a look of collapse. Brother Go, wait for Brother Mantis. Jinluan, I'm receiving guests. At this moment, the blood-sucking mantis in the distance also pushed the heaven-level furnace and ran towards the three people. When the speed was fully increased, the blood-sucking mantis in white also did a handsome backflip and landed steadily on the extremely fast-sliding heaven-level furnace. Chapter 225. The little girl was very angry and directly captured the two ancestors of Qingyan sect. Old Yan, let's go. Brother Ye's sect is too discouraging, I can't stand it anymore. Lu Tianyu completely collapsed at this moment. If he stayed any longer, he felt that he would definitely go crazy. I can't stand it anymore. Hearing Lu Tianyu's words, Old Yan had the same idea in his heart. However, just when he was about to ask Emperor Jinluan to leave temporarily, a cute little girl eating a lollipop suddenly came over from not far away. What are you doing? It's just a cute little girl, why are you shaking? When the little girl appeared, Yan Rong was surprised to find that Emperor Jinluan beside him was shaking all over, which also made him reveal an extremely puzzled look. Take them over, the elder sister has finished practicing. After that, the little girl walked directly to the back mountain of the sect. Huh. Seeing the little girl leave, the tense Emperor Jinluan finally let out a long sigh, and the servant's robe behind him was already soaked with cold sweat. Senior, are you afraid of her? Looking at the little girl leaving, Yan Rong continued to ask without a long memory. Fuck. Old Yan, you will die if you don't ask. Every time you ask, we have to bear a wave of supercritical strikes. Can't you be more careful? Hearing Yan Rong asking again, Lu Tianyu's mentality was completely blown up. He now wanted to block Yan Rong's mouth with his fist. Afraid? Do you know how strong she is? Let me put it this way, no matter how strong your Qingyan sect is, no matter how many Ascension Realm Masters there are, she can kill through your sect alone. Listen carefully, no matter how many Ascension Realm Masters there are, whether it is 10,000, 100,000 or 1,000,000 Ascension Realm Masters. You cannot believe it, but it does not mean that she can't do it. Hearing Yan Rong's question, Emperor Jinluan also briefly talked about the terrifying strength of the little girl. Laughed. This time, Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu grinned when they heard what Emperor Jinluan said, because they were finally not hit again this time. Believe? How can they believe this? Killing through 1,000,000 Ascension Realm Masters by one person, are you kidding? Unhappy. They actually looked down on me. The little girl who left suddenly showed a cute angry look. Qingyan sect, right. Since you don't believe what Emperor Jinluan said, I can only let your sect's people tell you. Hee hee. Thinking of this, the little girl suddenly laughed, and at the same time a terrifying spiritual consciousness began to sweep across the entire Xintian continent. Found it. In less than a second, the little girl found Qingyan sect through the aura of Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu. Qingyan sect, Back Mountain. The two old men who were in seclusion suddenly opened their eyes. When they saw a space crack in front of each other, endless fear instantly appeared in their eyes. Great terror. It's over. When the two saw a tender little hand appear in the space crack in front of them, they were dragged into the space crack before they could say a word. Hee hee, I caught you. Looking at the two old men with fear in front of them, the little girl also showed excitement. What's going on? I seem to have sensed the breath of the first and second ancestors. Yan Rong, who continued to walk towards the sect hall with the Golden Wheel Emperor, suddenly stopped at this time, and then turned his head to look back with a puzzled look. What's going on? Why are the first and second ancestors here? Also, what's wrong with their pig-headed faces? When Yan Rong saw the two pig-headed old men rushing towards them quickly, he was stunned. When Lu Tianyu saw the first and second ancestors appearing here, he was also confused and thought to himself, why are the first and second ancestors here? Stop fighting. First ancestor, second ancestor, why are you hitting us? Be gentle, my face is swollen. Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu, who were also beaten into pig heads, the first ancestor looked at the two with anger and questioned them directly. Believe it. Big ancestor, we believe it. Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu hurriedly answered after hearing it, fearing that they would be beaten up again if they were a second late. After hearing the two's answers, the first and second ancestors were completely relieved, and then ran directly in the direction of the little girl, because the other party said that they had to send them back. Senior, what is the strength of that little girl? She can ignore the space and kill two of our Qingyan sect. Before Yan Rong finished asking, Lu Tianyu rushed up and covered the other party's mouth, and then said in a state of collapse, Old Yan, don't ask any more. If you ask again, I can't help but hit you. I can't control my damn curiosity. Yan Rong, who was covered with his mouth, was also crying in his heart. Sect Hall. A sect servant is a big man in the Ascension realm, but the strength of the sect master is only the peak of the 9th level of the Yuanshan realm. What's the fun? When Yan Rong saw Luo Qianxue and realized the other party's true cultivation, he was numb. He felt that this sect was full of abnormal breath. You too, are you here to look for Yifeng? Luo Qianxue looked at Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu, who were wearing Qingyan sect robes, and asked with surprise. Sect Master Luo, I mainly want to see Brother Yi. As he spoke, Lu Tianyu also told him some of the situations in the Tiandao battlefield. What? He spent 3 million top-grade spirit stones to hire you to injure 300 monsters, just to finish him off? When Luo Qianxue learned about the deal between the two, she took a deep breath and calmed down to comfort herself. Normal, very normal, this is very Yifeng. Chapter 226, there was a pigeon in front to deliver a letter, and a flying dog in the back to deliver a message? Jinluan, why hasn't Yifeng come yet? After knowing the situation of Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu, Luo Qianxue also looked directly at Emperor Jinluan and asked. Sect Master, young Master Yi, is still sleeping. Hearing Luo Qianxue's question, Emperor Jinluan also hurriedly answered. Still sleeping? What time is it now? The sun is shining on his buttocks, and he hasn't gotten up yet? Go wake him up and ask him to come quickly. Knowing that Yifeng was still sleeping, Luo Qianxue also frowned and spoke to Emperor Jinluan. Master, I don't dare. Looking at the entire sect, everyone knows that Master Yi likes to sleep the most, and he also likes to sleep until he wakes up naturally. How about letting the sword dog wake Master Yi up? After all, it is the big red dog, person, beside Master Yi. The sword dog dies, but the golden will does not die. At this time, the Golden Will Emperor also decisively threw this difficult task to the little yellow dog. Okay. Except for the little yellow dog, I'm afraid no one in the sect dares to wake up my prodigal disciple. In that case, Golden Wheel, you immediately find the little yellow dog and let it wake Yifeng up. Hearing the proposal of the Golden Will Emperor, Luo Qianxue also directly agreed. However, the conversation between the two made Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu on the side stunned. They never thought that Yifeng's status in the sect was so high that no one dared to disturb him even when he was sleeping. Master Luo, I want to ask, how did you develop the sect into? Woo woo woo. Before Yan Rong finished asking, Lu Tianyu on the side directly covered Yan Rong's mouth, and then looked at Yan Rong, who was making a whimpering sound with a collapsed expression, and begged, Old Yan, be a human being, don't ask any more. What's the situation with these two people from the Qingyan sect? Why do they feel weird? Looking at the two people with strange behavior, Luo Qianxue always felt that something was wrong with them. Yifeng's courtyard. Jinluan, are you crazy? Put me down quickly. Brother Luan, stop making trouble. If you disturb the master's rest, he will kill me and stew soup. Hearing the pleading of the little yellow dog, Emperor Jinluan was unmoved. He directly raised the little yellow dog high and posed a posture similar to a javelin. Sword dog, I am also following orders. When young Master Yi wakes up, remember to have him go to the sect hall immediately. After saying that, the Golden Will Emperor exerted force with his right arm, and the little yellow dog flew towards the window of the house at high speed like a straight javelin. Master, save me. After successfully passing through the open window, the little yellow dog looked at Yifeng, who was sleeping soundly on the bed, and then looked at the spiritual crystal wall that was getting closer and closer. A trace of panic flashed in the dog's eyes, and he shouted directly at the sleeping Yifeng, Hearing the little yellow dog's cry, Yifeng also opened his eyes in a daze, just in time to see the little yellow dog flying over him. Bang! With a strong crash, the little yellow dog hit the wall, made of top-grade spirit crystals, and slid directly onto Yifeng's bed. What is it doing? What is this stupid sword dog doing? Hitting the wall for fun? I have never hit the wall made of top-grade spirit crystals. Want to try the head feeling? Seeing the little yellow dog sliding down the wall, Yifeng was also confused. Master, there are 2 guests in the sect today, saying they are here to see you. The sect master asked you to go to the sect hall immediately. After rubbing the dog's head, which was in great pain, with its front paws, the little yellow dog also hurriedly explained the purpose of his visit. There is a pigeon in front to deliver a letter. Previous life. There is a flying dog in the back to deliver a message. This life. Thinking of this, Yifeng couldn't help laughing, looking at the little yellow dog with a surprised face. Dog, you still know how to play. I know how to play? What am I playing? I was thrown in by that bastard Jinluan. Looking at Yifeng leaving, the little yellow dog was really confused, because it didn't understand what Yifeng was saying at all. Who is looking for me? On the way, Yifeng also muttered to himself in confusion. The main hall of the sect. Lu Tianyu? Walking into the sect hall, when Yifeng saw that the person who came was Lu Tianyu, his face also showed a touch of surprise. Yifeng, you take them around the sect, the master needs to continue practicing. After hearing Luo Qianshua's words, Yifeng also took Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu out of the sect hall. Chu Xiaoxiao courtyard. Tea boiled with soul-purifying water. 10,000 years of Wanchao Jingjiang liquid. 3-leaf fig, one of the top 10 spiritual fruits in the Tiandao battlefield. Roasted dragon whip. Looking at the things placed on the stone table, Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu were completely dumbfounded. This is the way other people's sects treat guests? Thinking of their own sect's way of treating guests, the two suddenly felt that their own sect had become weak. Seeing the two people eating and drinking, Yifeng also laughed and asked, Brother Lu, what do you think of my small sect? Brother Yi, your sect has almost hit me to the point of doubting my life. To be honest, if I had known it would be like this, I might not have come. Hearing Yifeng's question, Lu Tianyu also showed a look of being hit hard and replied with a wry smile. Ha ha ha. Hearing Lu Tianyu's words, Yifeng couldn't help laughing, looking at the two people with a proud face and said, My master is focused on cultivation and has no time to develop the sect. This is all developed bit by the hard work of me, the direct disciple. That's right. The sect's current achievements are all due to the efforts of the senior brother. A few months ago, when the sect was just founded, there were only 4 people in the entire sect, the sect master, Elder Bai, the senior brother and me. Later, whether it was the sect-protecting demon, the sword dog or many sect elders, they were all brought back from outside by the senior brother at a great cost. Leng Wufeng, who was grilling meat on the side, also helped Yifeng to show off. The sect master is playing badly. The eldest disciple, who was taught by himself, spent money to build the strongest sect. Hearing what Yifeng and Leng Wufeng said, Yan Rong and Lu Tianyu felt that their cognition was refreshed again. After chatting, Brother Yi, the Yifeng who was ranked 100th on the Hidden Dragon list, is it you? Lu Tianyu suddenly thought of something, looked at Yifeng and asked, curiously. Yes, that person is me. Hearing what Lu Tianyu said, Yifeng also admitted it with a proud face. Young Master Yi, I just saw the newly released Hidden Dragon list some time ago. I saw that the annotation about you was rather strange. It said that Chao Liang was defeated in a special way. Can I know what special way it was? Yan Rong, who was standing aside, could not hold back his damn curiosity again. He looked at Yifeng and asked directly. When Lu Tianyu heard this, he showed a look of collapse. How could he not find out that he, the protector, was so gossipy in all these years? It's not a special way. In fact, it was bought. Hearing Yan Rong's words, Yifeng also smiled and explained. Chapter 227, The Prodigal Disciple Zhou Tong Meets the Master. Bought? Would Tianji Pavilion actually admit such an act? The two looked at each other and saw 3 words in each other's eyes, don't believe it. Old Yan, do you think the 12 elders of Tianji Pavilion will come and beat us up just because we don't believe it? Lu Tianyu lowered his voice and asked Yan Rong with a little uneasiness. It's hard to say. Yan Rong looked around and said a little uneasily. Looking at the two people whispering in the corner, Yifeng also showed a puzzled look. Is there anything that can't be said in front of him? Brother Yi. 5 days later, Tianji Pavilion will hold the Qianlong conference. At that time, the 100 Tianjiao on the Qianlong list will gather together, because everyone on the list can bring 2 extra people, so I came here this time to ask if you are interested. Who would have thought that you were already on the Qianlong list? Lu Tianyu, who returned to the stone table, also looked at Yifeng and told him the real purpose of his visit. Qianlong conference? Why didn't anyone notify me? After hearing what Lu Tianyu said, Yifeng became somewhat interested in the Qianlong conference, but he was also a little confused as to why he had not been notified. No way. After hearing what Yifeng said, Lu Tianyu also showed a hint of surprise. Friend Yifeng. I haven't seen you for a long time. I hope you are well. At this moment, Zhou Tong's loud laughter suddenly rang out from outside the sect. Speak of Cao Cao is here. Wait for me here, I'll go pick someone up outside the sect. Hearing that it was Zhou Tong's voice, Yifeng said something to the two of them and walked directly out of the sect. Elder Zhou Tong, I haven't seen you for a long time. Is the heavenly furnace still working well? When he arrived outside the sect, Yifeng also laughed and greeted Zhou Tong. Peng. However, at this time, Zhou Tong suddenly knelt on one knee towards Yifeng, and shouted respectfully, the prodigal disciple Zhou Tong, meet the sect master. Damn. What's going on? Looking at Zhou Tong kneeling on one knee, hearing what the other party just said, Yifeng was completely stunned. Wait, at this moment, Yifeng seemed to have thought of something, and hurriedly looked at Zhou Tong and asked, have you been accepted into the prodigal sect by Yiling Xue? Yes, not only me, but 4 of the 12 elders of the Tianji Pavilion have also become disciples of the prodigal sect. This time, the disciple came here, also under the order of Senior Sister Yi, to inform the sect master and Chen Haoyu, Xia Tian, Zhao Tianming, Xing Fei, and Du Tianyue to participate in the Hidden Dragon Conference in 5 days. At the same time, Senior Sister Yi also told me that the sect master has an opportunity for us to break through to the Ascension Realm. As long as the 5 of us break through to the Ascension Realm, we can replace the 5 positions of the 11 Ascension Elders. At that time, we can start to control the Tianji Pavilion. Hearing Yifeng's inquiry, Zhou Tong also directly told Yiling Xue's plan to control the Tianji Pavilion. Good boy. Although Yiling Xue likes to make up her mind, her efficiency is really high. After listening to what Zhou Tong said, Yifeng became more and more satisfied with this second disciple. 11 Ascended Elders? I didn't expect that there are 11 Ascended Elders in the Tianji Pavilion. I underestimated the Tianji Pavilion. However, there are 12 Elders normally. Why are there only 11 Ascended Elders? Regarding this situation, Yifeng also looked at Zhou Tong with a puzzled look and asked. A moment later. A cute little girl captured the strong man from the upper realm of your Tianji Pavilion? In order to send the upper realm strong man back to the upper realm, only one Ascended Elder can lead the ladder to heaven? And the little girl is actually giving you a bribe? Master, that little girl is simply a big horror. She is not a strong man who should appear in the lower realm at all. Zhou Tong also looked at Yifeng with a serious expression and continued. Hee hee. Are you talking about me? Stare. Hearing this childish voice that frightened him, Zhou Tong's pupils instantly bulged, and his eyes were filled with endless fear. He didn't even dare to look back. Don't scare him, he's one of us. Go and guide Master to practice. Looking at the little girl who appeared behind Zhou Tong, Yifeng also said with a smile. Peng. Seeing the little girl eating a lollipop walk into the sect, Zhou Tong's legs became weak and he sat down directly on the ground, which showed how terrible the little girl was in his heart. Master, who is she? Zhou Tong, whose face was a little pale, looked at Yi Feng and asked. My protector. Yi Feng smiled and told the identity of the little girl. After giving Zhou Tong 23 god-level calamity-breaking pills and a space teleportation portal, Yi Feng returned to the sect. He was going to Tianji City immediately. Anyway, there was nothing to do in the sect, so he might as well go to Tianji City to meet those geniuses on the hidden dragon list and trigger more prodigal behaviors. Outside the Golden Hut. Brother Yi, I will definitely remember this kindness in my heart. If you need me in the future, just speak up. Looking at Yan Rong, who walked into the Golden Hut, Lu Tianyu also looked at Yi Feng and said gratefully. It's a small matter. But I always feel like I forgot something. Looking at the heavenly calamity clouds that began to gather above the Golden Hut, Yi Feng also frowned. He always felt that he had forgotten something. Fuck. I forgot to remind Yan Rong that this Golden Hut is conductive. When the heavenly thunder calamity struck, Yi Feng finally remembered what he had forgotten. Inside the Golden Hut. What is this thing? It can even be used for sitting. Master Yi is truly a god. He can even think of something that can be used for sitting and squatting. Sitting on the golden toilet, Yan Rong was also amazed and muttered to himself. Boom! At this moment, with a loud bang, the power of the heavenly Tao thunder tribulation instantly swept the entire Golden Hut. Fuck crap, this thing is so conductive. Yan Rong, who was shaking all over, expressed his thoughts at this moment with a trembling voice. Outside the Golden Hut. When Yan Rong walked out of the Golden Hut with his hair standing upright, he also stunned Lu Tianyu. Junior brother, we are here. At this moment, the 5 prodigies also ran over from a distance. Brother Yi, what are they doing? Seeing the 5 Tianjiao running from a distance, Lu Tianyu also asked in confusion. After all, they were going to go directly to Tianji City through the space portal next, so he was very confused at this time. Why did the 5 disciples of Xinghuan sect run over and call Yi Feng little junior brother? They are also Tianjiao on the potential dragon list, so of course they left together. Looking at the puzzled Lu Tianyu, Yi Feng also explained with a smile. There are only a few disciples in your sect, and there are 6 Tianjiao on the potential dragon list. Also, why haven't I seen them before? Did they make the list after the Qianlong conference last year? Looking at the 5 Tianjiao who came to him, Lu Tianyu's eyes also revealed a touch of shock. Chapter 228 Brother Wang Lin, are you selling this snake pet? Tianji City. Using the object as the location, through the 9th grade gourd flying spiritual tool that Zhou Tong had placed in advance, Yi Feng and the 5 Tianjiao appeared directly in a restaurant guest room in Tianji City through the space portal. After letting the 5 Tianjiao go out for a casual stroll, Yi Feng checked today's waste products. Today's waste products: Silver Ring Magic Grass *10,000 plants. Silver Ring Magic Grass, Shantian continent's top poisonous spiritual grass. The poison contained in 1 Silver Ring Magic Grass can poison a 9th level peak cultivator in the Tribulation realm. Damn it. Today's refreshed waste products are a bit perverted. After checking today's waste products, Yi Feng also revealed a touch of surprise. How can I use this thing? Looking at the 10,000 Silver Ring Magic Grasses, Yi Feng gradually fell into deep thought. Dong. 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 Just then, a knock on the door interrupted Yi Feng's thoughts. Who are you? After opening the door, a black-haired young man with a buzz cut appeared in Yi Feng's sight. What Yi Feng was most concerned about was that there was an arm-long spotted snake wrapped around the other party's neck. Let me introduce myself. My name is Wang Lin, and I am ranked 10th on the Hidden Dragon list. Hearing Yi Feng's question, the buzz-cut young man also smiled and introduced his identity. Oh. Knowing my identity, just 1-0? Seeing Yi Feng's indifferent look, Wang Lin instantly felt uncomfortable. Even if Yifeng excitedly exclaimed, he could accept it. You came to see me, what's the matter? Seeing that the other party suddenly fell silent, Yifeng also asked directly. Nothing, I just want to come and make friends with you. The purpose of Tianji Pavilion holding the Hidden Dragon Conference is actually to give the 100 Tianjiao on the Hidden Dragon list a chance to get to know each other. Hearing Yifeng's question, Wang Lin also smiled and said the purpose of coming this time. I see. What is the snake on your neck? After hearing Wang Lin's explanation, Yifeng finally understood the significance of the Hidden Dragon Conference, and then focused his attention on the snake on the other party's neck. Ha ha ha. As a poison cultivator, it makes sense for me to carry a poisonous snake pet with me. Hearing Yifeng's question, Wang Lin also talked about his poisonous snake pet with a proud look on his face. Wang Lin, you little bastard. You are the snake pet. Your whole family is a snake pet. I asked you to help me find a suitable host, but you found me a snake. Why did I choose you as the inheritor? Just after Wang Lin finished speaking, a curse sounded in his mind. Spending a high price to buy the other party's snake pet can just trigger a waste of money. After buying it, use 10,000 silver ring magic grass as a seasoning to stew this venomous snake, and boil a pot of venomous snake soup. Isn't that enough? Thinking of this, Yifeng almost admired himself to death. He was just worried about how to use up these 10,000 silver ring magic grass. As long as he could buy this venomous snake, everything would be solved. Brother Wang Lin, are you selling this snake pet? Yifeng looked at Wang Lin opposite, with a hint of excitement and asked. What the hell? You want to buy my snake pet? No, you want to buy my master? Hearing Yifeng's words, Wang Lin was stunned. Although he just said that, in the mind of this snake, there is the soul of a 9th-level peak strongman who has withstood 8 heavenly thunder tribulations. He has obtained the other party's inheritance, and the other party has been guiding him in cultivation. That is his master. Brother Yifeng, are you also a poison cultivator? After being stunned, Wang Lin looked at Yifeng with a puzzled look and asked. No. Yifeng shook his head directly. Then why did you buy my snake pet? Wang Lin looked at Yifeng with even more confusion and continued to ask. Stew it, make snake soup. As he said that, Yifeng also took out a handful of silver ring magic grass from the system space and put it on the table, and continued, I just happen to have some seasonings for making soup here, and now I just need a poisonous snake as an ingredient. Silver ring magic grass. When Wang Lin and the strong souls among the spotted snakes saw that the seasoning Yifeng took out was actually silver ring magic grass, they all exclaimed at the first time. Evil disciple, sell your master to him quickly. After absorbing the poison in these silver ring magic grass, my strength will definitely be greatly improved. After being shocked, the strong souls among the spotted snakes shouted to Wang Lin excitedly. 100 plants. 500 plants. 3,000 plants. When Yifeng took out 10,000 silver ring magic grasses, Wang Lin was stunned. This silver ring magic grass is a highly poisonous spiritual grass unique to the Tiandao battlefield. Even his master, the soul of the powerful man in the spotted snake, who had been in the Tiandao battlefield for hundreds of years, probably got less than 20 silver ring magic grasses in total. He never thought that Yifeng would have so many. Good disciple, you must not sell out your master. 10,000 silver ring magic grasses, even with my powerful soul power, I can't withstand the poison in so many silver ring magic grasses. After all, this silver ring magic grass is extremely special. Its toxicity will become stronger after stacking. The poison in 10,000 silver ring magic grasses is constantly stacked. I am afraid that the strong men in the Ascension realm will be poisoned to death immediately. As he said, the spotted snake crawled directly behind Wang Lin, and his 2 small snake eyes were filled with endless fear. Sensing the master lying behind him, the whole snake body was shaking violently. Wang Lin also looked at Yifeng and said, "Brother Yifeng, I have a deep relationship with this snake pet, so I will not sell it." Alas! Hearing Wang Lin's words, Yifeng also sighed in disappointment. An opportunity to trigger the wasteful behavior was gone, and the snake soup was gone. Damn! He didn't stew me, and he sighed. Hearing Yifeng's sigh, the spotted snake master hiding behind Wang Lin was going crazy. "Brother Yifeng, this silver ring magic grass is an extremely precious poisonous spirit grass. For us poison cultivators, it is definitely one of the most suitable poisonous spirit grasses for us to practice poison skills. To be honest, you want to use so many silver ring magic grasses to make snake soup, which is really a bit too wasteful. Looking at Yifeng with a disappointed look on his face, Wang Lin also hurriedly explained the preciousness of the silver ring magic grass. "Brother Wang Lin, you don't understand the joy of spending money." "I don't understand? Can spending money be happy?" Hearing Yifeng's words, Wang Lin's eyes also flashed with disdain. "Brother Yifeng, using 10,000 silver ring magic grasses to make soup, the soup is also poisonous. Although the toxicity is so terrible that even we poison cultivators can't use it for cultivation, can't it still be used to kill enemies? If you really want to spend money, why don't you just burn these silver ring magic grasses?" Chapter 229, Shake us for a while, and then don't buy it? Stupid. Confused. Looking at Yifeng standing there stupidly, Wang Lin also revealed a hint of pride. "Wang Lin, this Yifeng is not simple. Although I don't know where he got the 10,000 silver ring magic grasses, he definitely knows the characteristics of the silver ring magic grass. The toxicity of 10,000 silver ring magic grasses combined is so strong that even a strong man in the Ascension realm cannot resist it. More importantly, he is actually preparing to boil a pot of poisonous water. According to my inference, such a pot of poisonous water can definitely poison and kill 10 strong men in the Ascension realm." At this time, the voice of the spotted snake strongman also rang in Wang Lin's mind. Hearing this, the smile on Wang Lin's face instantly stiffened. Regret, he now regretted why he had to confront Yifeng. If someone said he was a spendthrift, then so be it. Why did he have to argue? He came here to make friends, not to make enemies. System, after all, Wang Lin is the peerless genius ranked 10th on the Hidden Dragon list. Let him help me burn these 10,000 silver ring magic grasses, and he has to burn them one by one. It's not too much to give him 100,000 low-grade spirit crystals as hard work fees. At this time, Yifeng was not in a daze, but asking the system whether the number of low-grade spirit crystals was within a reasonable range. Ding. The number of spendthrifts is within a reasonable range. Ding. Remind the host to let the spotted snake behind Wang Lin help burn together, which can trigger one more spendthrift behavior. Hearing the reminder from the system, Yifeng also looked at the spotted snake behind Wang Lin with a look of surprise. Fuck. Why is this guy targeting me again? Disciple, you must protect your master. Noticing that Yifeng's eyes fell on him again, the spotted snake master was inexplicably panicked and quickly shouted to Wang Lin with his spiritual sense. System, let the spotted snake help burn the silver ring magic grass together, and give 10,000 low-grade spirit crystals as hard work fee. It's not too much, right? Ding. The number of losers is too low. Too low. Hearing the system's response, Yifeng was secretly shocked. 100,000 low-grade spirit crystals? Ding. The number of waste is too low. 1 million low-grade spirit crystals? Ding. The number of waste is within a reasonable range. Damn. That spotted snake is definitely not simple. Knowing that he had to pay 1 million low-grade spirit crystals as a reward for the spotted snake's help, Yifeng once again had the idea of buying it. Brother Wang Lin, are you really not selling your venomous snake pet? Hearing Yifeng mention this deal again, Wang Lin also hurriedly explained, Brother Yifeng, I don't understand your happiness of waste, and you don't understand my feelings for it. I really won't sell it. Brother Wang Lin, don't say anything, I understand. I'll pay more. I won't steal it this time, I just feel that I have a connection with it, so I want to keep it by my side. Yifeng looked at Wang Lin seriously and said, What do you know? You haven't even opened the price, why pay more? Besides, this is my master, not a snake demon without intelligence. Do you still want to keep him as a pet? Wang Lin was about to collapse at this moment. These are 10 enlightenment pills. If you swallow one, you can immediately enter the state of enlightenment, which can last for 20 minutes. This is a bucket of, normal size, soul-purifying water. I don't need to tell you about its efficacy. These are 103-leaf figs, one of the top 10 spiritual fruits in the Tianhen battlefield, and they are extremely delicious. Evil disciple, let me go quickly. This kid has so many good things on him. We can't afford to offend him, and you just offended him. For you, the master is willing to fall into the sea of suffering. Looking at Wang Lin who was holding his snake tail tightly, the spotted snake master was afraid that the other party was reluctant to let him go, so he also made up stories to persuade him. Master, wait a little longer. Before leaving, let the disciple get more benefits. Wang Lin also shouted to the spotted snake master with his spiritual sense at this time. If Yifeng knew the situation of the two at this time, he would definitely be shocked by their plastic master-disciple relationship. Ding! Remind the host, the spotted snake on the opposite side is not a real big monster, but a temporary body occupied by the soul of a human cultivator. Just when Yifeng was about to take out the good stuff, he heard the system prompt sound suddenly in his mind, and he was dumbfounded. Not a special big monster? Just a temporary body occupied by a human cultivator? Then why buy it? Thinking of this, Yifeng directly put away all the things he took out, and then looked at Wang Lin who was holding the spotted snake's tail tightly and said seriously, Brother Wang Lin, a gentleman does not take away what others love. Seeing that you are so reluctant to give up this venomous snake pet, I decided not to buy it. Hearing Yifeng's words, Wang Lin and the spotted snake warrior were both stunned. You took out so many good things to show us off, and even our master and disciple were ready for life and death, and then you don't want to buy it? Are you sure you really want to buy it just now, and not deliberately showing off your wealth? Master, who do you think he is, and how can he have so many good things in his hands? Wang Lin, who had recovered from his shock, also asked the spotted snake warrior. You ask me, who should I ask? Anyway, I reminded you when I saw him for the first time. I felt a strong sense of crisis in him. No matter what level of cultivation he is, he definitely has a trump card that can kill me. It is only good for us to make friends with him, and we must not be blinded by those good things. Hearing Wang Lin's question, the spotted snake warrior also reminded Wang Lin in a serious tone. Just because Yifeng said he would not buy it, the relationship between the master and the apprentice quickly returned to normal, as if nothing had happened before. If Yifeng knew all this, he would definitely be shocked by the strange way the master and the apprentice get along. Huh? This, so many low-grade spirit crystals. Wang Lin was stunned when he saw the large amount of low-grade spirit crystals in the space ring that Yifeng suddenly handed over. He didn't understand why Yifeng gave him so many low-grade spirit crystals for no reason. Brother Wang Lin, I have something I want to ask you for help, but I won't ask you for help in vain. These 100,000 low-grade spirit crystals are the hard work fee. If you think it's too little, I'll give you something else. Hearing Yifeng's words, Wang Lin hurriedly declined, Brother Yifeng, you are too polite. Just tell me if you have anything to say. How can I ask for your hard work fee? As he said that, Wang Lin also stuffed the space ring into his arms very naturally. Seeing Wang Lin's shameless and coquettish operation, Yi Feng couldn't help laughing. He even thought about whether to accept the other party into the prodigal family, but not as a direct disciple, but as a prodigal disciple, because his eldest disciple Hua Yuming was originally a poison cultivator, so he didn't plan to accept another poison cultivator as a direct disciple. Chapter 230 These 100,000 silver ring magic grasses are for you. Why did you burn them? Help me burn all these 10,000 silver ring magic grasses. But one thing you need to pay attention to is that you have to burn them one by one. Seeing that Wang Lin had collected his hard work fee, Yi Feng also directly stated his purpose. What? Brother Yi Feng, I was just joking just now. You are not serious, are you? Do you know what these 10,000 silver ring magic grasses represent? If all of them are boiled together into a pot of poisonous water, it can poison 10 Ascension Realm warriors. Even the Qiang Kingdom has only 5 Ascension Realm guardian war gods. Hearing that Yi Feng was actually going to burn the 10,000 silver ring magic grasses, Wang Lin was really scared, and then looked at Yi Feng and quickly persuaded him. Burn it. Let the flames burn more fiercely. I don't care about these 10,000 silver ring magic grasses. Seeing Wang Lin suddenly handing him a space ring containing 100,000 low-grade spirit crystals, Yi Feng asked in confusion, Brother Wang Lin, what does this mean? Brother Yi Feng, whether you want to burn it for real or fake, I can't do it anyway. Although you don't care about these 10,000 silver ring magic grasses, for me, these are extremely precious poisonous spirit grasses. Although I can't own them, they must not be destroyed in my hands. Hearing this, Yi Feng interrupted directly, +5 enlightenment pills. Brother Yi Feng, it's really not a question of hard work. The problem is mainly me. Before Wang Lin finished speaking, Yi Feng interrupted again, add 10 more 3-leaf figs. If it still doesn't work, forget it. Brother Yi Feng. What are you doing? Hurry up and sit down. I'll help you burn it right away. After taking the wooden chair beside him and placing it under Yi Feng, Wang Lin squatted on the ground and took out the quenching stone and started burning one by one. Although his heart ached with each burning, thinking of the hard work fee he received, this little pain was nothing. Senior Zhan Kuei, do you want to help me burn some too? If you are willing to help me burn it, the hard work fee of 1 million low-grade spirit crystals will be yours. Looking at Wang Lin, who was getting busy, Yi Feng also looked at the spotted snake on Wang Lin's back. Stare. Hearing Yi Feng say the word Zhan Kuei, both Wang Lin and the spotted snake were shocked, and their eyes instantly revealed an extremely frightened look. I didn't expect that Master Yi had already discovered my identity. However, although I am now living in the body of this snake, I am still a powerful poison cultivator. For this extremely precious silver ring magic grass, I really can't bear to attack it. Although it is not clear how Yi Feng knows his identity, and even knows his name, it doesn't matter. Now he is also walking on Wang Lin's path again, waiting for Yi Feng to start raising the price with expectation. Forget it. Since Senior Zhan Kuei can't bear to attack these silver ring magic grasses, let Brother Wang Lin burn them alone. What's the situation? My evil disciple raised the price crazily, but he didn't raise the price by even a few cents when it came to me. Young Master Yi, I'll burn it, I'll burn it. When Zhan Kuei saw Yi Feng preparing to take back the space ring containing 1 million low-grade spirit crystals, he also shouted anxiously. After they burn all 10,000 silver ring magic grasses, they should be able to get 3 waves of rewards. Looking at Wang Lin and Zhan Kuei, who were burning silver ring magic grasses one by one, Yi Feng also showed a hint of expectation. After a while. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully spending money, reward 10 million spending points. Reward silver ring magic grass *100, 000, 100,000, plants. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully spending money, reward 10 million spending points. Reward silver ring magic grass * 100 000 100,000 plants. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing today's spending product. Reward 1000 spending points. Reward silver ring magic grass * 100 000 100,000 plants. When Wang Lin and Zhang Kuei burned all 10,000 silver ring magic grass, the system's continuous prompts also rang from Yifeng's mind. But after Yifeng looked at the special rewards that were triggered one after another, he was numb. The system is crazy. I just burned 10,000 plants, and I was rewarded with 300,000 plants? Is it because I didn't burn it thoroughly enough? Looking at the special rewards he got, Yifeng also pondered. 100,000 plants are enough for my eldest disciple, Hua Yuming. I'll keep another 10,000 plants for myself, and the remaining 10,000 plants will be given to Wang Lin. Soon, Yifeng had a distribution plan for the 300,000 silver ring magic grass. As for why he wanted to give it to Wang Lin, it was because he liked him. The reason was so simple. As a spendthrift, there was no need for too many reasons to give things away. Master, 10,000 silver ring magic grass. It can be boiled into poisonous soup, but in the end, we burned them one by one. I don't know whether Yifeng is happy or not, I just know that I am very uncomfortable now. Hearing Wang Lin's telepathic voice transmission, Zhang Kuei mocked unhappily, I don't know whether you are uncomfortable or not, I just know that when you took the hard work fee, the smile on your face was extremely wretched. Come again. When the master and apprentice were chatting, they were horrified to find that Yifeng actually started to take out handfuls of silver ring magic grass again. A moment later. Looking at the silver ring magic grass that filled half of the room, Wang Lin and Zhang Kuei, the master and apprentice, were really going crazy. Even if they got more hard work money this time, they couldn't do it. Don't be so nervous, you two. Don't burn it like you did just now. These are all I'm going to give away. Before Yifeng finished speaking, Wang Lin and Zhang Kuei looked at each other after hearing the first half of the sentence. The man and the snake closed their eyes in tacit understanding, and Wang Lin casually threw the quenching stone burning with flames in his hand into the pile of silver ring magic grass. Out of sight, out of mind. Since we don't have to burn them one by one like we did just now, let's just do it. Fuck. Wang Lin is more powerful than me. He can burn 100,000 silver ring magic grasses just like that? Looking at the silver ring magic grass pile that was rapidly growing in flames, Yifeng was also shocked by Wang Lin's operation. Brother Yifeng, it's on fire. By the way, what did you say you were going to give away? Looking at the silver ring magic grass pile that was completely burning, Wang Lin also suppressed his heartache and looked at Yifeng with an indifferent expression and asked. What do you want to give away? These 100,000 silver ring magic grasses are what I prepared to give you. Seeing Wang Lin who was stunned, Yifeng smiled and explained, I have said that these do not need to be burned like just now, which means that they do not need to be burned. You may have misunderstood my words. Master, the time has come to test your snake skin. Hurry up and rescue the silver ring magic grass. Wang Lin, who reacted, shouted to Zhang Kuei beside him, and rushed directly into the sea of fire. Young Master Yi, I am embarrassing you with my idiot disciple. As he said, Zhang Kuei directly released a huge demonic power, and instantly cleared the sea of fire formed by ordinary flames.